Hello, people. This is AY.
And this is Savi.
Welcome to Banters Beyond Borders. Welcome to our podcast. We are going to be talking about our life growing up in the US,
Nigeria,
and moving to Canada as an adult immigrant.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're going to be talking about different things, right, Savi?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Nothing is off the table. If you think it, we are going to discuss it.
Finance,
Marriage,
sex,
career, parenting,
raising teenagers.
Yes.
In the Obudo Yibo.
you name it. Just think it, we are saying it.
Wow. Well, we're going to be posting episodes bi-weekly. Come along with us.
Yes.
Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page, Banters Beyond Borders.
And enjoy the good vibes.
Wow, Sabi, we are recording our podcast.
Yes, it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad that finally it's coming to fruition.
No more excuses.
No.
We are doing this.
Yes.
We are putting ourselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Let's go for the ride. Well, our viewers, we are going to take you on a journey. We're going to tell you about our life growing up for me, Nigeria, mainland, island, to south side of Chicago, to the south side of Jersey, and then to Canada. How about you, Savi?
I started my life at ancient city of Abeokuta, popularly known as the Rock City in Nigeria.
Oh, shit.
Then I moved to Lagos. Then from Lagos, I moved to Canada.
Wow. So, yeah, that's what our podcast is about. Adult immigrants moving as an adult to a different country
Yes.
as immigrants.
Navigating the issues of life in a new country. When you leave your old country, relocation basically entails you starting all over again. Like, even if you're established in your country or where you're moving from, come to a new country, you have to start everything all over again. You have to try to know the culture, which is very important, and the ride has been cool so far.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about finance,
Career,
being married in a new setting,
yes, parenting, which is totally different. from
raising teenagers. Oh my
Nigeria.
God. Everything is different when you move to a different country as an adult. Kids tend to adapt faster. Adults, careers,
Yes,
you have to probably unlearn certain things.
lots
to,
of things actually,
Wow.
lots of things. The way we do things. For example, it was when I got here that I discovered, we have soft skills, we have hard skills. In Nigeria, we focus more on hard skills, what you're able to do. But here, they want you to your manner of approach.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you talk? How do you,
Oh, yeah.
give instructions? How do you relate to people? All those things count.
Definitely. So we're going to be, first of all, we have to find a name for our new online friends that we're going to be getting. Side talk, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're on Instagram as Banter Beyond Borders. BBB. Banters Beyond Borders. Please follow us. We're going to try to make it an engaging platform.
Mm-hmm.
We welcome DM of questions. We can't answer it all, but that your questions can help us bring topics to the audience that we can discuss. So we want this to be like a family, right?
Yes, just feel free to slide in if you have any question. Either you're a new immigrant or you're just trying to navigate life as a new immigrant, as a parent, just came here, you're just wondering how to do things. We really don't have all the answers, but we promise that we'll do our best to
Get the
support
answers, right? And
get the
support. And this is a journey that I've looked forward to. I know we've been postponing this recording and we're finally doing it. I'm excited. We're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about, well, not us dating, but we'll give our views on
The dating
the dating scene in Canada. We'll get
it's not for
inputs.
defense. I heard that the dating pool is bloody.
I'm glad we're not in it.
It's bloody.
We'll bring guests. Yes, we're going to bring guests. We have lots
Yes.
of our friends, both male
Sharing their
opinions.
perspectives, their experiences as well.
Yeah, we'll
And
bring
it's going
guests.
to be, honestly, you're going to have good fun with us, good vibes only. We are not going to be doing drama, no hot takes, nothing.
Please
Just
don't drag us. So,
doing our thing. No, feel free to drag.
please drag Savvy. That's Savvy's voice. Please do not drag AY. I do not. I don't get energy. I'm just here for vibes. I'm here to offload. You guys are going to be my therapy session. Therapy is becoming very
Expensive,
expensive, so
so
we needed a way to relieve and
mhm,
offload. So
exactly.
let us offload in peace, in harmony, and in love. Um, so because today is our first episode, again, we're not scripted, right? We just want to be able to use the opportunity to test how we want this to go. So today we're just going to dive into leaving Nigeria. Savvy, how was that for you? Like, how did wait? Did you guys have like a long plan, or was it like a month? Your husband decided and just say, "Babe, we are moving to Canada." Like, you don't have to give full details yet,
Yeah.
but how was that? Like, why did you come to Canada?
So a lot of people say, I hear people say, "Oh, we come to Canada because of my children." No, 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 not true, not true. I came for myself and my children, right? And to be honest, I was actually the driver of our relocation journey, right? I just thought to myself that there should be more to life than living and growing up and dying in the country of birth. I believe the world is very large and I don't have to confine myself to Nigeria. So I just looked at everything. I researched a lot of countries, the United Kingdom, the USA, and Canada. And because I've always been fascinated with Canada from when I left university, I decided to start. I decided on we decided on Canada and started processing it. Now, living for me, I'm not somebody that I don't really miss places, right?
Mm.
I believe that I miss people, but I believe that when we see, and I try to still stay connected with my friends and my family. Of course, most of my friends have left Nigeria as well, but we are still in touch. And coming to Nigeria, the relocation was not so difficult. Like my husband, we packed it together. The children were excited, and
So
it's been good vibes all the
it
way.
wasn't a thing of for you that um you were leaving Nigeria because of pain. You were leaving Nigeria because you needed to explore. You wanted something bigger and better for your family.
Exactly,
Makes sense.
exactly. I've always believed that. I know my uncle used to say something. He believed so much in seeing the world. He would say, "You are not a tree. You cannot stay where you are
Planted.
born, and
Yes.
you have to just move, go out there, go and see what is happening, go and know what's up." And that was what we did. How about you? I know you are
Well,
well traveled.
well, I think my story is a bit different than Savvy because I left Nigeria as a teenager and moved to the US. But prior to that, my dad worked for the company that he worked for that they got to travel. So I was able to travel a lot as a young child, which I wish I was able to give that experience to my kids also to take them around the world by a certain age.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, I had moved to the US, but I didn't move with my parents. I moved to the US with my grandmother to stay with my mom's older sister. Um, so I went to half of my high school. I did half of my high school in Nigeria, and I did secondary school. Let me stand politically corrected. So secondary school, I did half of my secondary school in Nigeria, and I did another half of my secondary school in the U.S. In Chicago precisely. I moved to Jersey after having kids, going through a separation, and we'll unpack all that later. Then ended up moving to Canada about 5 years ago. Again, because of love. I'm a lover girl, right? I like to follow man, like they say. So I moved to Canada about 5 years ago with my teenage daughter. My boys, I have two boys. They stayed in the U.S. with my mom because they were in high school already. It didn't
And you
make
didn't want
sense
to
to,
uproot them.
and they like sports. Canada is not really big on sports in secondary school, so they wanted to continue to play their football. Um, yeah, so moving to Canada was something that I like what you said. Your uncle said we're not trees. We're not supposed to stay planted. I love to move, even within the U.S. I can mention some cities that I've and states that I've moved to. I like to explore. I don't like to be in one place for too long. So moving to Canada kind of fell into. It was time for me to
Plans.
leave Jersey anyway, and then this happened. So Canada was just
The
right on
right
my
call.
lap, was the right
Yeah.
call. Have I regretted coming to Canada? No, not yet.
Same
How?
here actually. The only I do have one regret though.
What was the regret?
That I didn't come sooner.
No, you didn't come sooner.
But like what people will say is when the day break that is your money or something
Eh,
like
now
that.
when they
So
break, I ain't money to come.
so
That's fun.
no matter.
No,
It
but
don't
how has it
get
been with the kids? How was my daughter? Hates. I think she still kind of hates Canada, but that's a story for another day. How are your kids
oh
in moving?
they so initially it was kind of a struggle, trying to find friends. But now they really, really, really
Enjoy it.
they enjoy
Oh,
it.
that's nice.
And I think when I first came, I was kind of surprised. When growing up in Nigeria, school wasn't something you looked forward to.
They
You
enjoyed
didn't look
it.
forward to going to school. Like you just knew that you had to do it
I
because
met the Nigerian teachers.
it's something you had to do. But here in Canada, I see my kids. They are looking forward to going to school. They have something pizza day. They have, so they have things to look forward to. So they are really, really for
Enjoying
them. For
school.
them, it's been fun. I hope that when they grow up, they will understand kind of sacrifice we made because operating again, leaving the known for the unknown. We
Yeah.
just it was like just like a journey of faith. Like anywhere we go, God has got
God has
us.
gone before us
Yeah.
to make the place soft for us. That's good. Yeah, for me, I guess because your kids are younger than mine, so my daughter really she came to Canada in the peak of middle school, so she was already invested in the group of friends she had in the US before coming, and it was a struggle for her to detach. And then we moved to a community where it was more, even though it's an immigrant community, the people that are listening know where I'm talking about. We won't say it's but even the immigrants within the community that we live, they were still segregated. So I try to not compare it, but I compare it a lot that we don't have those blending immigrant community where
Yeah, it's
it's,
not diverse,
yeah,
right?
like in the US you have Hispanic and Africans, even though they don't like each other per se, but because they know that they are both immigrants, there's some kind of camaraderie among them. So I didn't see that where we moved to in Canada. It was difficult for my daughter to make friends because the counterparts in her classroom who are also immigrants, probably one language barrier, so they couldn't really communicate well, which can be frustrating, and then religion also. And then there are actually a group of immigrants that tell their kids that when they go to school they should not be friends with black kids. So those were the things she faced when she arrived in middle school, which kind of triggered all the way into when she got into high school. So now we're approaching final year of secondary school. High school and secondary school is the same thing. So for her, she struggled. She's in a better place now. She's in a happier place. We're looking forward to university. But when I compare her moving and when, because I think we moved around the same age. I moved to the US around the same age she moved to Canada. So if I compare it, it's like
Your
night and
experience
day.
is
My
totally different.
experience was totally different. I was the happy, fun.
And you're the life of the party. So of course, anywhere you go, you always look for your people. So it's not
I got in fights in secondary school. Like you can't talk about it. If you call me African Buddhist scratch, I will bust bottle on your head. That was me in secondary school in the US. She is a bit more reserved, more quiet, and hold things in. Oh, more you bully me in school. We're going down.
we are going down together.
They're gonna call at home and tell them to come and pick me up. So I think yeah, she didn't find it too soothing moving as a child. But I know lots of kids tend to. struggle, but we don't pay attention to it because we think they are kids. What kind of problem can they
Yeah,
have
and
moving
we also think, oh, they should be grateful that you did that, but not knowing that as it's difficult for the adults, it's also not easy for
for
the
the
children.
kids
But we easily overlook them, think, oh, they are kids, they are small, they should be able to adapt easily. But change is not easy
on
for everyone,
anyone for anyone?
right?
That is so true. And also, I think another thing that is important that we're also going to dive into later is, career, like coming from a place where you already established, maybe you were already at a particular level in your organization where you moved from, and coming to Canada and having to start over, probably pivoting to a new career, how it is on our mental health. We don't get to speak about that. It's just more of, you have to survive, you have to survive. And people forget that, this is a whole adult that is used to a routine, used to probably being the boss in their organization before. Now you have come, you're looking for work. Um, Luckily, there are a lot of communities now you can join and, at least find people that have the same common interest as yours. For me, again, because I moved to the US when I was young, it was fun, right? I got to hang out with people that were my age. But moving to Canada now as an adult was a bit of struggle for me because I'm a fun person. I'm always excited to be around people, but I find out that because I had come from the US, I wasn't considered moving as an immigrant. It was Shebi's US that she came from to come to.
Honestly, I was thinking it.
Just imagine. But it's still a struggle. It was still me moving and as an adult,
Yeah.
left my friend, left my job, left my kids, left, so many things, right, to come. So I think we forget that moving in general, whether it's a move from Ontario to Alberta or New
Well, I'm moving
Brunswick
from Mississauga
to where's
to
that your village that you moved to?
I went from Mississauga to Waterloo or something,
It's still a move. You're
Yes,
still
it's still a
approaching
change.
yourself to a different environment. Wow, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. How has life changed sexually for us as married women? You know, um, how as raising kids, because your daughter is a preteen now,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, and she's so excited about it. And it's nothing is pretty. And I'm like, I beg, can you just
please
sit
leave the girl
down?
alone. She's preteen.
Ah,
It's not easy. Do you know how you were when you were
say
preteen?
pretty, big kids. Which one is big? Which one is pretty? Come on,
Big
let's sit
kids
down.
are from age 8 to 11 and 12. Then that once they hit that 13, they are,
Mm,
no, preteen is, sorry, preteen is 10, 11,
12
12. Then the teen is the 13 upward
to
to
18.
18. Ah, wow. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not.
But again, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Banters Beyond Borders. We're just gonna be banting, mostly talking about things that are important to us, things that we faced moving here. Again, this is our first episode, so please be nice to us. It's not going to be honestly, I'm scared. You know why I'm scared?
Right.
Because this is us putting ourselves out there. Have you seen the streets of Twitter and Instagram?
Oh,
But you
yes.
know if they drag us, that means we have blown.
The social media is full of children of second Timothy. Like they don't send anybody. Like nobody is above dragging. You do anyhow, you see anyhow.
Please.
But
I think I'm going to be saying this every episode. Please don't. Whatever you do, please don't drag us. I don't have the heart for it. See this tough girl thing that I do. It's a lie, you. But once they drag us, I'll say, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. Wow.
yeah,
Savvy, how are you? How are you feeling about this journey that we are taking?
I think it's a very great step. So
Therapy.
so
Free
this has
therapy.
been a long time coming. Right? It's something we've been saying
Since last year.
Since last year, but I'm still like you don't have to wait for everything. Doesn't have to be fully available for you. Just start, right?
Mm.
Everything will fall into place, and I'm sure that by the second, third episode, we will get our rhythm, and you'll be in for good vibes.
for good vibes. O'Shea. So you guys, Savvy has promised you guys good vibes.
Please, please, please. I beg.
If she does not deliver on that good vibes,
Drag me.
come for her. Come for her. You know, we have a list of people that we're going to invite to come and talk. Because one of the topics we also wanted to talk was the perspective from a man's point of view during the move. You know, some of this move are usually championed by the women to move to a better, not a better, well, help me God, let me not say that before they say I can't enter Nigeria again. But coming from our country, right? Nigeria, mostly it's the women that push for it. But we want to hear from the side of the men also that push from it. We want to see how it is for them. We also want to hear from them on what it feels like when you come to a country and maybe sometimes it's the wife that is working and the husband is not working, or it's the husband that has to do the school runs because their schedule is more flexible compared to the wife and spouse. So all of those things, and I'm saying that because we are women, we're women, right? So it is very important for me to say that we're we're open and an inclusive podcast as far as our listeners. Um, when we want to discuss things that is going to be rated R, we'll definitely put it out there to make sure you don't listen in front of your kids.
Yes. Because we are going to be having real and awesome conversations. We're not going to hold anything back. Like nothing is off the table.
So we're looking for sponsors too, right? So at some point we'll need sponsors to help us with our timing, because the longer we stay on here, the it's going to cost um, it's going to cost us. But I think if we've been talking for about 20 something minutes, which
Yeah.
is really good. It shows that we're really, really ready for this, right? Um, Again, Banters Beyond Borders on Instagram. We don't have the energy to join Twitter yet. We are not ready for the streets of Twitter. So we are not on Twitter. I think we automatically are on Facebook because of Instagram, but we will be more active on our Instagram page. Please follow us at Banters Beyond Borders.
Yes.
Savvy, you want to say any last words on this first episode? So I've been talking.
Yes.
This is the
So-
problem we have. I'm the talker. Savvy is the one that thinks.
So we just want to say thank you for coming on this journey with us, and we promise to make it worth your time.
You're promising.
Until next episode, stay savvy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, our listeners. We're gonna find a name for our listeners, but BBBs. But you know, drop a comment in our Instagram and tell us what we should be calling you guys, because you guys are going to be our family on this journey. Um, Again, we'll be dropping episodes bi-weekly. So our first episode will be dropping today, July 14th, Sunday. And we'll be dropping episodes every other Sunday, making it every 2 weeks, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't bore you guys. Don't troll us. Don't drag
Why are you
us.
so afraid of being dragged?
Do you know when let's not talk about that today. But if I tell you what goes through my mind when I read some comments on Instagram, fear will fear you. Like,
Children of anger.
it's like, so I will just carry phone and just enter their comments. Why are you on their page? If you don't like what they are posting, why are you on their page? But anyway, that's a different banter or different day. But that's how I feel. I'm very, very. I can be bold and outspoken, but I cannot get into a confrontation with someone that is not standing in front of me. What am I going to do when they comment in bad comments, or she doesn't speak English well, or just something?
You just ignore control. What's called
Control delete. What's control? Control ignore.
Control ignore.
Hey Joe, what is control ignore?
You control ignore. That's how we do it.
Thank you.
Positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us and going on this journey
Mhm.
with us.
We love you.
Love you guys. See you next episode.
Bye.
Bye bye.